Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial on Arduino Uno. Today we're going to be looking at some of the projects that I have completed. They are bicycle light project, music project, bicycle light project with function, and random function which will blink the LEDs randomly. In this video I will be demonstrating the bicycle light project. This project involves a button which we need to set to 0 because we need to count the number of buttons pressed. In the setup function, we will be initializing our variables and pin modes, and in the void loop function, we will be setting the button to low and add 1 each time a button is pressed. Also, we will be monitoring the number of buttons pressed. So if the button is pressed for more than 4 times, the button will be reset to 0, which means the loop will start again. Initially, all LEDs should be off when the button is not pressed. When the button is pressed for the first time, all LEDs should be on, and for the second time, all LEDs will be blinking together. High means turn on the LED and low means turn off the LED. At the third press of the button, all LEDs will blink, but one by one. And when the button is pressed for the fourth time, all LEDs will be off and the loop will start again because the button will be reset to 0. We will test this code now. Welcome to the second part of this video, and in this part of the video we will be demonstrating bicycle light project with functions. Again, this project involves a button which we need to set to 0 because we want to count the number of buttons pressed. And in the setup function we will initialize our variables, but this time we will use serial.begin to count or to monitor the number of buttons pressed. We will also add some functions that will take some parameters later in the code. As we have done before, we will be setting our button to low and adding 1 each time a button is pressed. And if the button is pressed for more than 4 times, the button will be reset to 0. Our first function took some parameters for the pin number and the delay time. This function will keep the LEDs low. The second function also took some parameters and delay time, but this function will turn on the LEDs if the button was pressed for the first time. If the button was pressed for the second time, which is this function, this will blink all LEDs together. High means turn on an LED and low means turn off an LED. The third press of the button will blink the LED, but this time each LED will be blinked one after the other. And the fourth press of the button will turn off all LEDs and the button will be reset to 0, which means the loop will start again. Now we will test this code in a video. This have done the same job, but again, this time we've done it with functions. And in this video I will be introducing a random function which will randomly blink the LEDs. In the setup function I have initialized my variables and the pin modes, and in the void loop function I have created a function called random blink, which will be used in the code below. The void random blink took some parameters for the pin number and delay time. I have called a random function which will pick one number from 4 to 9. These are the number of LEDs that are connected to Arduino, so the LEDs will blink randomly. We will see this in a video. As you can see, all the LEDs are blinking but randomly. This is another project that I have completed. This project will play the first line of Happy Birthday. To do this, I needed to include a pitches.h file which contains all the notes that I need for this project. To include your own file, you need to go to C drive, find Arduino, and then find library and paste your file there. Once you have done that, come back to the code, go to sketch, and then library, and include your file in the code. Immediately after, I have declared a variable for the speaker which is connected to pin 9, and then declared some notes that I need to play the first line of Happy Birthday. These notes will be played for the number of times. So note C4 will be played once, note C4 will be played once again, and note D4 will be played twice, and so on. And the delay time for these notes will be 300 milliseconds. In the loop function, I have written a for loop to show how these notes will be played. To see this code working, we will watch a video. And in this video, we will be working on creating a keyboard. This keyboard will have 2 buttons, 2 LEDs, and a speaker. Now I have declared variable for each of them. A speaker is connected to pin 9, button 1 is connected to pin 2, button 2 is connected to pin 3, and LED 1 and 2 are connected to pin 4 and 5. I have initialized these variables in the setup function, and at the top of the code I have included or defined 2 notes that will be played by the 2 buttons. When the code is loaded, both LEDs will be off, and if button 1 was pressed, sound would be produced with LED 1 high or on, or if button 2 was pressed, a different sound would be produced with LED 2 high. We will see this in a video. Okay, thank you. This concludes the video.